Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. The subject of my vlog today is how to jump off the hamster wheel safely and enjoy life. But before we get started, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers, as I always do. And thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support on my channel. It's truly been amazing. And I'll never take it for granted. I left the rat race in December of 2018. And I made a solemn oath never to jump back on that hamster wheel again, no matter what it cost me, because it almost killed me. And I came here to the Philippines in search of a new life. Well, I found that new life, and I just want to share with you my boots on the ground experience is the only way I know how. By giving you the nitty gritty, exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat. It's not going to start today. How to jump off the hamster wheel safely and enjoy life. Well, what is the hamster wheel? I'm going to give you their generic definition, then I'm going to give you mine, and then we'll get into it. Their generic definition is an activity that involves someone being busy all the time, but never achieving anything important. That's their definition. My definition is our jobs combined with our lifestyles create a delusion or an illusion or a lie of progress. They feed each other, taking us on a never-ending ride to nowhere. But honestly, the hamster wheel is even deeper than that. The hamster wheel, as I see it, is an ideology created by some of the most diabolical minds in the history of mankind. It's a complex set of schemes designed to keep us running in place. And if you don't think I'm playing, look at this student loan debacle that's going on in America. You don't believe in the hamster wheel. Look at the credit card industry if you don't believe in the hamster wheel. All of these products that these diabolical minds, some of the brightest minds in human history, created for our well-being, they knew from the beginning was going to lead to our demise. Now I'm going to talk to you about the hamster wheel in my definition, the job and the lifestyle. Let's talk about the job first. 98% of us, by the way, backed into the jobs that we're working right now. This wasn't something that you decided you wanted to do when you were 6 years old. Work on that concrete floor down at the factory, the post office. And while I'm on the post office, one of my subscribers messaged me yesterday. He said, yeah, I did 21 years in the service. I'm getting ready to retire in 2 more years. I'm like, what, are you still working? Yeah, I'm at the post office and I hate it. Believe it or not, he speaks for a lot of us. It's a job that we don't want. Somebody down the street, one of your friends, one of your family says, hey, the factory's hiring, such and such is hiring. You went in, filled out an application, and they hired you. These jobs never pay enough, by the way. And then when you throw in taxes, inflation, interest, and the time invested in these jobs, we literally prostitute ourselves, selling our time, our precious time, for a paycheck. And then some of us go even further. We want to work long hours, give us all the overtime that you can give us. And then some of us make the cardinal sin of getting a second job, never realizing that we're only adding fuel to the lie. Now you got a souped up hamster wheel. Man, this is deep, guys. You know, this is just something that flashed across my mind. I said, man, I always talk about this hamster wheel, but I never really get into any detail about how I see the hamster wheel. Okay, that's the job. Now let's go to the lifestyle. The first thing about our lifestyle that contributes to this hamster wheel is debt, man. Everything we've got, with the exception of our homes, and that just depends on when you bought it, where you bought it, is in devalue mode. That car loan been upside down a long time ago. Imagine a 7-year car loan. Who takes out a 7-year loan to buy a car? There's no car. You couldn't love a car that much. But that's what we do. This is another one of them products that these diabolical minds created to keep us running on that hamster wheel, which, by the way, generates and creates energy for the system. Meanwhile, it wears us down. Yeah, it wears us down. We get tired. Then after 25, 30, 40 years on the job, they want to give you a damn plaque. Don't give me no plaque. Give me my best years of my life back. And a lot of times we're not even well enough to even be there when they present the plaque. We got to send somebody in our place because we're in the hospital recovering from thigh replacement surgery. They don't replace every damn thing in our body by the time, you get retired. If you don't believe me, man, that concrete floor down at the factory is a beast. But that, man, and then the stupid shit we buy. Excuse my language. The useless stuff we buy. I'm an insurance agent, man. How many houses have I walked in, by the way? And there it is, the shiny new elliptical machine in the corner. I'm like, man, you're 96 and a half years old. Why you got an elliptical machine? By the way, you've had both your knees replaced and a hip replacement. Oh, I got a deal. A deal? There's no such thing as a deal. We overpay for everything. But I'm not going to pick on him. I do the same stupid shit, man. Excuse my language, man. This is crazy, though. Imagine this. I bought a self-propelled push mower. True story, I did this, man. I paid about 4 times more than a regular mower for it. Never got any benefit out of it because, by the way, you still got to get behind the damn thing and push it. So by the time I finish cutting my grass, my legs is just as tired, my back is hurting just as much, I'm sweating just as much as with a regular mower that I should have just went on down Walmart and paid $179 for. But this is the stupid stuff we buy. So it creates the debt. Because Charlie's got one down the street. That's the reason I bought it. I can't let Charlie outdo me. See, that goes into this next thing, Dad. And then now, bad relationships of all kinds. And getting in a relationship with the Joneses, of which Charlie is a member, it's a bad relationship. It's a bad decision. It's going to keep you on that hamster wheel. Charlie gets the BMW. He takes out a 7-year loan. Well, hell, Charlie can't outdo me. I've got to get the 7-year loan too. I got to get the bigger BMW. Now me and Charlie, we're going head to head, fighting back and forth. Now we've got dueling hamster wheels, if that makes any sense. How stupid is that? But it's the kind of stuff we engage in to keep the system going, guys. Meanwhile, we're killing ourselves. Remember, it's an activity involving someone who's busy all the time, but never achieving anything important. Marriage. Bad marriages. Because you love somebody don't mean you got to marry them. That word love is so broad, it gets us in trouble. I love my dog, but I'm not going to marry the damn dog. I love hot sauce on my eggs, on my boiled eggs. You think I'm going to walk down the aisle with a bottle of hot sauce? This stuff is true, man. I never loved anyone as much as my mother. But I didn't marry her. You don't have to marry somebody because you love them. Let me tell you something, man. The odds of you staying with that person that you claim you love so much and you're going to marry for the rest of your life is slim to none. If I told you right now that this lady or this man or your partner that you're with now, that you're so in love with, that the relationship's not going to work and you're going to end up hating each other, you're going to think I'm crazy. You're going to say, Sunshine Shoulders, man, you're mean. No, I'm just telling you the truth. That's the nitty gritty. The person that you laying next to right now watching this video, you're going to hate each other. And it doesn't come with marriages, the live-in partnerships. Same thing, creating babies, child support, alimony, palimony. Business partnerships. Raise your hand if you ever had a business partner run off with your money. Or you ran off with the money. Now you can't sleep at night, you're looking over your shoulder. Friendships. I mean, raise your hand if you had a friend F you over. Kinships. Family's the worst kind, man. And see, this goes into the other thing with the lifestyle. It creates worry. We worry, according to psychologists, we worry about the same things over and over. The same bills. You know the electric bill's coming. It comes every month. You know the credit card bill's coming. You know the car note is coming. The mortgage is coming. But we worry about it anyway. The minute we pay for these bills, we start worrying about the next month. This is crazy. They also tell you that 92% of the things we worry about never happen. And the other 8% that happen, worrying doesn't help. But worry, guys, is one thing that we do. And this is on and on and on, etc., etc., etc. Ad infinitum, man. You can add to the list of stuff with this lifestyle. You combine it with this job, man. It drives you crazy. It creates this hamster wheel, by the way, that you can't get off. The longer you stay on it, the faster it gets, guys. This is true stuff. You know, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. By the time you realize that you're on the hamster wheel, it's too late. Or for many of us, we just give up. We surrender to the wheel. We say, oh, well, what's the heck? I've been on here for 25 years. I might as well do the other 15 years. But guess what? Math is real. Everything else is conjecture. Everything else is opinion. But the numbers are real. They don't add up. I don't want the damn plaque you're trying to give me. Give me back the best years of my life. That's what I want. I can't pick up the plaque anyway. I'm in the hospital. So what do you do, Calvin? How do you get off the hamster wheel safely so you can start enjoying life? Well, first of all, you have to admit that you're on the hamster wheel. A lot of us are in denial. We think we're doing something. You're not getting anywhere. Man, I bought my first house. I was 41 years old. People were congratulating me, by the way. Not realizing that if I fulfilled my part of the bargain, I was going to be 71 by the time that house was paid for. Luckily, I had a bad divorce and I gave that house back. Probably the best thing I ever did. You know, I don't care what you think. If you want to buy into that delusion, then go ahead. But I paid $114,000 for the house. But by the time I would have paid for it completely, it would have been $274,000. Because the first 18 years, the first 12 years or 18 years, I can't remember which one it was, the lawyer was telling me, we're paying interest only. You're making interest on the house. And by the way, nobody told me, I bought this house in December 2004. Nobody told me that 3 years later, there was going to be a housing crisis. And my house and my loan was going to turn upside down, by the way. Worth less. See, but that's part of it. But we have to admit that we're on the hamster wheel. Go ahead and surrender to the wheel. And then start making a plan for your escape. Make your plan to jump off. And here's where I get the pushback. What do you mean? I don't have a plan. Well, you've been involved in problem solving for 40 years on your job. Now Massa opens up the gate and lets you free. And now you're going to say you don't know what to do. Oh, I can't come up with any ideas. Yeah, you've got $1 billion brain up here that you better start using. Because that's one part of the hamster wheel. They take that away from you. They make this work from my neck down. You start using this, you'll be shocked. And I'm telling you this from experience. This isn't what somebody told me. This isn't something I read. I jumped off the hamster wheel. I did it. Because a lot of us, we are told or made to believe that it's safer on the hamster wheel. But I'm going to tell you, no risk, no reward. No balls, no blue chips. No, it's riskier when you stay on that hamster wheel. But it's going to take some Herculean discipline that many of us have already shown. retired from the military, the post office, 40 years on the job. It's going to take that type of discipline. But it's also going to take sacrifice. I'm talking about real sacrifice. Meaning this, the destruction of something for the sake of something else. We got to get rid of all these old ideas and stuff that we got in our minds, these false beliefs. Many of us, man, we die and our kids inherit our hamster wheel. I know it sounds noble. Oh, I'm the man, I've got to do everything. I've got to be the financier. I've got to be the provider, the maintainer, the protector. No, share some of that responsibility. See? Because when it all comes down to it, she thinks she's 50%. She thinks she's co-leader. Okay? Well, then help me with some of this stuff. You think it's noble to send your kids to college, hamster wheel university, pushing them toward that hamster wheel. You got to learn to start thinking for ourselves. Taking some risks, creating plans for your escape. And then do it. Take some action. Stop procrastinating. Anything else, you know, a dream without action, man, you just dreaming, from what I'm saying. The sacrifice, when I say the destruction of something for the sake of something else, in this case, we're talking about freedom, enlightenment, joy. You get immediate joy the minute you jump off that wheel. I know you're going to say, oh, I missed the wheel. You've been on there for 40 years. Well, you got to find something else to do. There's a lot of world out here. But the first thing is just to admit that you own the damn wheel. The hamster wheel is deep, man. It's an ideology. It's a complex set of schemes designed to keep us running in place. You don't believe me? Look at the student loan. They put you on the hamster wheel before you even graduate. They're putting teenagers on the hamster wheel, man. These are diabolical minds in these societies, guys. This stuff that they create for our benefit leads to our demise. A 7-year car loan? The minute you drive off the lot, man, the car has already lost 1/3 of its value. You know what's even worse than a 7-year car loan? Going to one of these buy here, pay here lots and then paying 3, 4, 5 times the value for one of these old used cars. It's even worse than that. But we do it all the time because we see other people doing it. The hamster wheel is real. Jump off now as soon as you can. Create that plan. Take some action. And live your life, man. I don't want a plaque. I want the best years of my life back. So thank you for stopping by today. This is just something that came across my mind. I wanted to talk about it. This is my perspective. This isn't something I want to argue with anybody about. It's something that I want to give to my viewers and subscribers. Many of you are just like me, who think just like me. You're on that hamster wheel now and you hate it. You've woken up. You're like, man, what am I doing? I'm wasting the best years of my life. Take that plaque and stick it up your ass. I don't want it. I want a better quality of life. That's what I want. So if you're in America, it's getting late. I know you're watching those football games and all that stuff. But before you get in the bed, put your head on that pillow. Please find somebody to help, to intentionally help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, it's halftime. Weed runs, it's halftime. You're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. In the Philippines, it's not even 8 o'clock yet. People are just now getting up. It's Monday morning here already. The day's getting started. We have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help over here. There's no excuse why we shouldn't intentionally go out and find somebody to help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.